One man once controlled half the world's gold. He gave away so much of it, he crashed an entire economy by accident. This is the story of Mansa Musa. What if you could hold more gold than any nation on earth and still want more? Nearly 700 years ago, one African emperor controlled half the gold on the planet. $400 billion. That's the estimate historians give his fortune. But here's the question nobody can fully answer. How does a man get that rich and then lose an empire within a generation? Stay to the end. The answer is brutal. West Africa, the year 1312. A kingdom called Mali sits quietly on top of the two most valuable substances on earth: gold and salt. Today, salt is nothing. Back then, traders swapped it pound for pound with gold. Mali controlled both. Into this kingdom steps a new ruler, Musa I, Mansa, meaning emperor. And Musa understood something his rivals didn't. Wealth you dig up is temporary. Wealth you control is forever. He didn't just own mines. He owned the routes, the taxes, the trade itself. Every camel crossing the Sahara paid him. Every merchant entering Timbuktu paid him. Every grain of salt, every ounce of gold, taxed. His empire swallowed land until it stretched 2,000 miles, across modern Mali, Senegal, Guinea, and Mauritania. At its height, Mali produced nearly half of all the gold in the known world. Half. One kingdom. But an emperor's gold means nothing if no one knows his name. And outside Africa, nobody knew Musa existed. That was about to change, with a single journey that would put him on European maps, literally. Musa was a devout Muslim. And in 1324, he announced the pilgrimage every Muslim dreams of, the Hajj to Mecca. But Musa wasn't traveling like a pilgrim. He was traveling like a statement. 60,000 people marched with him, soldiers, officials, servants, an entire moving city crossing the Sahara. 12,000 of them were enslaved, and even they were dressed in Persian silk. That was the point. Every detail screamed wealth. 80 camels carried nothing but gold dust, up to 300 pounds each. Do that math. That's 24,000 pounds of gold. 500 servants walked ahead of him, each holding a solid gold staff. When Musa entered a city, the city stopped. Word raced ahead of the caravan. A king of unimaginable wealth was coming, and his next stop was Cairo. What happened in Cairo made Musa immortal. It also broke something no one thought a single man could break. Because in the summer of 1324, Mansa Musa crashed the economy of the entire Mediterranean. In Cairo, Musa spent gold like it was water, markets, mosques, beggars in the street, everyone, every day, for 3 months. He gave away so much that gold itself became ordinary. And when something becomes ordinary, it loses value. The price of gold collapsed across Egypt. Historians say the market took 12 years to recover. One man, one visit. It remains the only time in recorded history that one individual single-handedly crashed a regional economy by being generous. But here's what most videos won't tell you. Musa realized his mistake, and his fix was even more shocking than the crash. On his way home, he borrowed back the gold at high interest from Cairo's lenders, absorbing the excess, stabilizing the price. Think about that. In 1324, an African emperor executed what economists today would call a monetary intervention, 700 years early. Back home, Musa converted fame into permanence. He didn't hoard his fortune, he built with it. The legendary Djinguereber Mosque in Timbuktu, still standing today, 7 centuries later, built from his gold. He turned Timbuktu into the intellectual capital of Africa. Universities, libraries, scholars imported from across the Islamic world. At its height, Timbuktu's Sankora University held up to 700,000 manuscripts, one of the greatest libraries on earth, and Europe noticed. In 1375, mapmakers drew the Catalan Atlas, and there, ruling Africa, sits Musa. holding a golden orb. He became the first sub-Saharan African ruler ever depicted on a European map. Not as a myth, as a power. But gold attracts more than admiration. It attracts wolves. Mansa Musa died around 1337, and the empire he built on gold began to learn a hard truth about wealth. A fortune is only as strong as the hands that inherit it. His son Magan took the throne. Where Musa had reigned for 25 years, Magan ruled for barely 4, weak, distracted, untested. The empire's enemies smelled it instantly. Raiders from the south, the Mosque, struck Timbuktu and burned it. The city of libraries, the jewel Musa spent a fortune building, gutted within years of his death. Then came the disease every empire catches eventually: succession wars. Brothers, uncles, generals, all clawing for the golden throne. But Mali found one more heartbeat. Musa's own brother, Suleiman, tore the crown from his nephew's hands, and for 19 years, he did what almost no successor ever manages. He held it. 19 years of discipline, 19 years of order, 19 years that historians still call part of Mali's golden age. Then Suleiman died, and the empire didn't just stumble, it broke open. Civil war swallowed the throne whole, and the man who walked out victorious was Mari Jata II, a ruler so reckless, so consumed by his own excess, that he sold one of the empire's most sacred treasures, pure gold, for pennies on the fortune it was worth. Every civil war cost soldiers, every lost battle cost territory, every year of instability cost gold. And beyond the borders, the world itself was shifting. New trade routes, new powers. Songhai, once Mali's vassal, was rising. Within a century, the Songhai Empire devoured Mali's cities, its mines, its roots. The Empire of Gold became a province of someone else's. By the 1600s, the Mali Empire, one of the richest kingdoms in human history, had ceased to exist entirely. $400 billion of wealth, and within 3 generations, the dynasty couldn't protect a single city. So what actually destroyed Mali? Not an army, not a plague. Musa's empire died because he built an economy of gold, but never an institution to defend it. One man's genius made the fortune, and one weak heir was all it took to begin losing it. That's the answer to our opening question. The richest man in history couldn't buy the one thing that keeps empires alive: strong successors. Here's the brutal truth. An empire can survive one weak heir. However, it cannot survive 2. Every modern fortune faces the same test: build systems or watch it scatter. The Sahara is full of golden ghosts who chose wrong. Yet Musa's true monument survived, not the gold, but the knowledge. Timbuktu's manuscripts are still being recovered today. If this story of wealth and power gripped you, subscribe. This channel travels the world, one dynasty at a time.